Hello, crime fighters. I'm Ray, the DA, and welcome to Straight Talk. And I'm talking today to Anita Capillo. And Anita is a very important person when we think in terms of prosecuting rape cases. Anita basically is the person who created the S.A.N.E program right here in Fayette County. S.A.N.E means what?
Sexual Assault Nurse Examiner.
Okay, so first of all, what is the S.A.N.E program?
The S.A.N.E program has been in existence now for 18 years. It's based out of the Lexington Police Department. It's a grant-funded program through the Violence Against Women Act. And we provide comprehensive forensic medical examinations for victims of sexual assault.
One of the issues in dealing with rape cases are very, very difficult to prosecute. Typically, it's one person's word against another person's word. And what we have to do is come up with some sort of evidence that will corroborate the victim.
Correct. Meaning,
what other evidence is there that would indicate that a forcible sexual assault took place?
Right.
And so what sort of things would you look for, and how would you go about trying to collect that evidence, Anita?
Well, historically, these examinations have been provided in emergency departments, and unfortunately, forensic training is not part of medical school curriculum or nursing school curriculum. And so, like any other skill a healthcare provider might have, the utilization of that skill is what dictates what their proficiency is at doing that. So there's never really been a level of comfort for collection of evidence.
You know, what happened before the S.A.N.E program, which was headquartered at the University of Kentucky Medical Center Trauma Center, right?
Correct.
And so what would happen is a rape victim would be taken to an emergency room, and they'd say, we'll get to you, but we got to go through the triage system, which means you're not going to die right there. And we got other people with broken bones and heart issues, that sort of thing. And people would sit there for hours and wondering at some point is, what the hell am I doing here? And so this made them the most important person.
Well, what it did was it streamlined the whole process of providing that medical forensic exam. Mm-hmm. What we found out when we were putting this program together was that it was taking an average of 10 to 12 hours to complete just a basic evidence collection kit in the emergency room. Consequently, these victims would get tired and frustrated, and they would leave before the completion of that exam. And that in turn caused very few of these cases to ever get into the court system. Now, because we have this higher standard of care with sexual assault nurse examiners, more of these cases are getting into the court system, and because...
You had to testify about what your findings were when you did this.
Correct.
And you were a witness in several of the cases that I prosecuted, and I can't tell you what a wonderful witness Anita is. She's very knowledgeable, and jurors really paid attention when you testified.
Well,
but you knew that. You were looking at them.
Well, that's correct, and that's another area that healthcare providers typically do not have a level of comfort with, is the fact that they ultimately may end up having to go to court and testify.
Well, we could go on and on and on, crime fighters, with this, but we're getting cut. So we'll see you next time.
The opinions expressed in this segment are not necessarily those of the management and staff of ABC 36.